Today on Multiverse, we dive headfirst into Universe 3. And for anyone new to the series, Dragon Ball Multiverse was created well before Dragon Ball Super, so their universe numbers aren't the same as in canon. For example, instead of Universe 7, our heroes from the story we know are from the 18th universe. And the numbers weren't decided by some cosmic hierarchy, but simply unofficial placeholders for the multiversal tournament. Check out the links in the description if you want the full details. Anyway, today, like I said, we're diving headfirst into Universe 3, the realm where Bardock, Tapion, and Raichi come from. In this universe, the father of Kakarot was cursed with the ability to see the future, and unbelievably hatched a plan to destroy Frieza before he was able to take out Planet Vegeta. This has allowed Vegeta, Raditz, and Kakarot to come of age in their native world. There's too much to get into for a video intro, so right now, we join a group of Saiyans as they make first contact with a familiar blue planet. This is part 59 of Dragon Ball Multiverse, and part 6 of the Universe 3 backstory, and was created by Salagir and Fabien Dalmasso. Support them and catch it fully using the links below. In Universe 3, year 752, around 18 years after Goku would be born, the entire universe has fallen prey to the Saiyans, a warrior race that pillages and kills for fun. Inside of the attack ball searing through space, we're introduced to a trio of Saiyans we've never seen before. First, there's Kali, a young girl who yawns out that it looks like they've finally reached their destination. Then a boy, Kumpen, also with groggy eyes, shouts, "Finally! I've been dreaming of meatloaf for months. I'm hungry!" And finally what appears to be another girl, Chirito, who questions the others what this planet was called again. Of course, it's Earth, on which the average power level is only 3.35. Looks like that farmer with a shotgun.
Rifle! It's clearly a rifle!
Farmer with a rifle was a little more beefy than we've been giving him credit for all these years. Zooming out on the 5 pods, a new voice protests that he can't really understand why they need a babysitter for such a weak planet. Introducing a Saiyan named Reap, the cocky child continues, especially if it's going to be this loser. Referring to Raditz, though unfazed, he simply utters that he heard that. Looks like no matter the universe, the brother of Goku is fated to cross paths with the Earth. Below, we're greeted with a planet that up until now has been identical with its iteration from Universe 9, the universe where Krillin took over the Turtle School and Yamcha became a cyborg. From within Capsule Corp, a familiar voice beckons, "Master, we've been training for hours! I'm hungry!" Though the sparring rages on despite protest, Roshi implores that endurance is vital to becoming a competent martial artist. While the height-challenged warrior argues that eating is vital too, a certain wolf marks its prey. And has a tertiary comment on how concentration is as well vital. Dropping Krillin to the ground, their teacher congratulates Yamcha on a job well done. As Bulma comes speeding out of her home, pleading with the gang to look at the news, something horrible has happened. On the TV, a newsman trembles to report how a massacre without precedent has taken place. Every inhabitant of several cities have been killed, even children. The assassins have a human appearance, but bullets don't seem to have any effect on them. They are fast, powerful, and ruthless. These demons look to be en route to their next destination, East City, urging citizens to run quickly and take shelter. Our heroes look on at the awful situation before their master instructs them to pack their bags. They need to go. But if this takes place roughly around a year before the 22nd World Tournament, surely they're walking into a slaughter. As the city of their current location lies in ruins, the children clearly get a kick out of their one-sided extermination. Meanwhile, Raditz chastises one of them, lecturing how she needs to focus more on teamwork. She must pay more attention to her comrades, while the others find a laugh in seeing their counterpart get told off. In the air, Chirito informs that was the last of them. All of the runners are dead now. When someone evades her detection, Mercenary Tao! He confidently sneers that these individuals must be the assassins everyone is talking about. The young girl is a bit bewildered. Who is this guy? She didn't even hear him arrive. Striking her in the back of the neck, Raditz Scouter is able to momentarily pick up on his power, which he describes as a mildly strong presence. heading back over to the mercenary. He seems to have killed her, or at least knocked her out cold. He chuckles to himself, that's one down. This government contract is going to be easier than expected. But before he knows it, he's surrounded by her allies. Now there are a bit too many of them. It would be most wise to flee for now and... Though, he's no match for a full-grown Saiyan. Raditz delivers the same hit Tao himself did just a few moments ago, killing the assassin. The children gaze upon their fallen comrade. He killed Chirito! But their mentor scoffs that there is always someone stronger. That'll teach her to be more careful, causing her to push herself from the ground to exclaim that she's not dead. But that did really hurt. Kumpin chortles that he knew it. A guy that easily killed by Raditz couldn't be too strong. And so, in the following weeks, the Saiyans proved too much for Earth's defenses. And the genocide continued, relentlessly. Looking down upon his planet, Kami thinks out loud to Mr. Popo that he himself has to act. It's his duty as guardian. Kami is able to effortlessly slap away the blast of one of the youngsters. She furiously calls out to know who this is. Divine punishment! With that immense attack bearing down on the Saiyan child, her closest ally trembles. That can't be possible. Guardian busies himself with another one of the runs. Raditz and Kumpin head over to Chirito. The latter whimpering her name. His mentor awaits his response. But this time, she really is dead. Sending Raditz into a rage. But not for any sentimental reason. Only because he's going to get told off by the others again. As the invading Saiyan heads his way, Kami holds his current opponent by the neck. He snarls that they may look like children, but they are in fact demons, and he will have no mercy. Although Raditz is able to get in a shot on the Namekian, he's able to compose himself. However, he can tell that this adult is very strong. The duo glare down at Earth's last defender. Raditz apologizes, but he is responsible for the security of their younglings. They're his army's future after all. But army? The situation just got much worse than Kami feared. That's when the former recognizes his new foe. He's a Namekian, isn't he? Something at this point Kami himself doesn't even know. Regardless, Raditz believes this must be destiny. He's killed a bunch of his kind, and he'll just be the latest to join them. But before the blast is able to connect, Mr. Popo thinks quickly and gets the God of Earth out of the battlefield. Something that could have been useful many times in the official series. But this information isn't lost on the Saiyans, baffled how he could just disappear like that. Back on the lookout, Kami thanks him. Having the chance to feel up close the strength of this adult alien, he now knows how terrifying his power truly is. He can't even wound him. Again, with a big brain, Popo suggests they can surely trap him with magic, which is very possible. But if he's to be believed, there's an army of warriors just like him, and it's much worse than they imagined. They need to prepare for more invasions, and they need enough strength to push them all back. An entrapment spell would likely only work for so long, maybe even only once. And strong enough, what could that entail? Summoning Shenron, whether they're already in possession of the Dragon Balls or not, the serpent beckons what his user's wish shall be. Simple enough. Kami wants to have his full capabilities of Yonder returned to him. Surely this means youth. What could he also mean? Without hesitation, Shenron states it shall be done. As predicted, Kami is no longer the distinguished guardian we've always known, but a proud young warrior. Although, he senses he is not complete, causing the dragon to inform that the rest depends upon himself. I'm free! As Shenron flies away, King Piccolo gathers himself and reveals to Kami that his pet dragon showed him everything. What a terrible guardian of Earth he's made! But if this is true, Piccolo must then know their plan. He wishes for the pair to once more become one. At least Piccolo can be free through Kami himself. Dream on! No, running away won't work. This time, the god has taken precautions to assure the evildoer won't be able to leave this lookout on his own accord. But if that's the case, the demon figures he'll simply stand by and enjoy the show, taking his place on the edge of the floating sanctuary. He chortles that he likes these demons, although they do lack style, commenting,
"Oh, 8-1. That little one's good."
Unfortunately, there's no time to spare. Kami relents that his evil half wins. Piccolo will be the base and in control of the fusion. He instructs him to place his hand upon him. Who leers that between two demons, better the one you know, right? As the merger completes, the now singular Namekian screeches out that Piccolo Daimao is back, leaving Popo to only wonder what Kami has done. Blasting the genie in Sanctuary itself, Piccolo relishes in the full power of their youth, now on the side of evil. That's all Kami has managed to do. Though, he thinks he will put an end to these little invaders. After all, it's his job to make the humans suffer. While he heads off in the direction of the Saiyans, Wanu finds himself on a sparsely inhabited island. The villagers cower in fear as one pleads for him to at least spare the children. But what do they take him for? Not a complete monster worthy of drop-kicking a giant wood chipper.
No, no, no! That lacks cruelty! What a waste! It's better to attack them one at a time.
After showcasing a superior speed, the fused Namekian grabs the kid, growling that the right way to do this is to make your prey suffer slowly, and see the fear spread across their face as he hoists his foe into the air, before finally
Killing them in front of their close ones!
I'm getting tired of this Namekian! Severely injuring the Saiyan, the invader can only wonder how he's gotten so much stronger. As the kids begin to shake and ironically shout, he's a monster, and they should run for it! The Namek sinisterly smiles for the little ones not to leave. Raditz dashes towards him and questions what exactly the Simple Soul is hoping for. His scouter is transmitting everything happening here. He can kill the 5 of them, but others will come. Thousands even. But Piccolo is looking forward to it. What a beautiful carnage it'll be. So do tell his little friends. Send their army. His own will be waiting. With the Saiyan dropping lifeless, the villagers all run out cheering and shouting for their savior, thanking him for saving their lives. But this only prompts the Namekian to laugh.
Savior, no.
He raises his hand to extinguish them as well. When he gets an idea, it would be pretty cruel to allow these Cretans to rebuild, only for the Saiyans to come back and destroy them later. The evildoer bellows out to all the wretched creatures of Earth. They can tell everyone that the world's torment has only just started. Piccolo Daimao is back, and 1,000 times stronger than ever before. Piccolo Daimao. Some of the villagers already know that name, resulting in a wave of fear to encompass them. Alas, the end of humanity by the Saiyans has been avoided. But at what cost in the exchange? Will the demons fend off the coming invasions, or are we all damned to eternal suffering?